fired. Forget giving her a fine and a 1-game suspension. No. That basically means she gets a slap on the wrist and she can make that money back coaching basketball.
Not for long, because she also resigned after her words in that article came back and bit her in the ass.
Well, keep in mind, the only reason why she resigned before they could fire her. Mm-hmm. And usually when folks resign, they try to get out while the getting's good before the posse comes in and swoops in and does the corrective changes for you.
Yes.
So now Penn State is going to have an interim head coach for the rest of the season. May have the interim.
That interim head coach is the new head coach, Coach Cattillo.
Well, one problem with that, Coach Pitino is at a college in New York.
Yeah.
Iona. That's where it is. He's coaching the Gales men's basketball team.
Mm-hmm. Now also, and here's another clarification for all you athletes anywhere. There also is the Gay Olympics. Mm-hmm. And the International Gay Sports Association. These are for people of the LGBT variety
and other.
Yes, and they can play without being judged or persecuted to the full extent of this archaic law that we live in this world today.
To the point of bullying or acting totally stupid like a demon.
Yep. In other sports-related news, WWE had weeks ago released Sonya Deville from her contract. It was agreed upon her contract that during her last match against Mandy Rose, it was a loser-leaves WWE match. One of the epic, so far, stupid matches from Vince McMahon. Now, Sonya Deville...
I've never liked the... If you really want to know the truth about it, about the lose-you-leave town match, or if you lose a match, your career ends, or you have to retire, or vice versa.
It sucks.
That's like the stupidest stipulation ever.
Yes.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
It's just dumb.
But here's the thing. Sonya Deville left the same way that they let Darren Young go, because of his sexual orientation. Darren Young was the first openly gay male wrestler, while she's the first openly gay female wrestler. But they kept taking knocks, but they don't know that taking knocks is bisexual.
Correct.
Not only that, before his death, Chris Kanyon is gay.
And I don't think I'll be watching it anytime soon.
He's been dead for 10 years.
Can you come and take something outside and cook? Take something. I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah. He was gayer than Peter Pan on a pair of ice skates.
Yep. And at least in the immortal words, a dead clock is at least right twice a day.
Mm-hmm.
Or vice versa.
Yep.
What's he got?
Now.
What's he got?
What? Now, we can talk about the statistics of the doubleheader on Monday, which I guarantee will be like it was on Thursday. Will people get rid of...
I hope not.
We don't need...
I need the first weekend of the NFL to at least have some entertaining football games.
And end on a positive note. Otherwise, the whole NFL season is going to go straight to hell. If it hasn't already.
And in most stadiums, no fans, or a very small capacity of fans. Oh, brother. I can already hear it now. Oh, I didn't feel it was here. Well, guess what? Same college football the same way.
God, hope to God's green earth that we can have this thing in on a positive note. We don't need...
We need some positivity up in here.
We don't need what happened. We don't need what happened Thursday that happened on Sunday and Monday to end week 1. Because as it is,
can I at least get 2 good games? Heck, I'll even take Green Bay, Minnesota Sunday nighter where there's going to be no fans. At least come down to the wire at least.
true. I will take the Pittsburgh Giants game. Give me some positivity here. Let me see something good happen, folks. We don't need to boo our sports people because they choose to protest peacefully, to protest racial injustice and police brutality. You idiots still thinking about the freaking flag. Get your hands out of your ass and crack open a history book.
And oh yeah, let's go back to Labor Day night, the final day of the opening weekend of college football season.
Oh Jesus!
Where it feels like you basically stomped a mud hole in a Navy team that couldn't really practice. They couldn't practice hitting or any full contact because of the COVID.
Yeah.
Folks,
And not to mention,
when you get blasted 45-3.
Ooh,
45-3.
that's not a blasting. That's an ass whooping. Holy crap!
That's the ever popular. You're going upstream without a paddle, and Navy had nothing.
That's more like you going up the river without a popsicle stick on a Helen gasoline draws. All someone needs to do is light a match. That was more lopsided than a space between a space shuttle and a mud puddle.
It was 42-0 at halftime.
Oh Jesus Christ!
No, look, check this out. I flipped on the KSL feed of the Navy game. It was already 14-0.
Oh Jesus!
21-0 before the end of the first quarter.
Mm.
I'm not lying because I had the feed on.
Yeah.
I'm like, you
What?
got to be kidding me.
Holy crap!
Like, Navy, I understand y'all couldn't hit, but y'all didn't go up to Provo, Utah to be sacrificial lambs, get your payday, and then go home. And all y'all could manage was a field goal. I've seen y'all off.
Not to manage that the America's game has been pushed back from the end of November to nearly the end of December because of COVID.
And in other news, hopefully we have some good news rolling in here for Metro schools. Hopefully.
Yeah, they're going to be playing on they're going to start gameplay on Friday. They started gameplay this week.
Not yet. Not yet. No. The only thing they have been allowed to do is they have been allowed by the TSSA to start contact drills. They have to go.
In other words, they're making the Metro Athletics, all Metro sports, basically all the football players to run at the end of their chains and bark.
They basically have to go 10 straight days of no COVID outbreak.
Oh Jesus!
Which basically means they started yesterday.
Yeah.
On September the 11th.
Which was yesterday.
Get clearance by the time we get to the 21st or the 18th to the 21st.
That's next week.
We'll be allowed to actually try to implement and play football games.
Yeah.
And that's already. We would have already gone through a month of the football season already.
Yeah.
For everybody else.
Yeah. And
everybody else has already played a month, or they're going to already have played 5 or 6 or 7 weeks already.
Yeah. And
the NBA opened up their season last night against Briarcrest. They had already played 3 games prior to NBA.
Yep.
So the Briarcrest Saints came down here, and NBA ran roughshod.
Yeah.
Over Briarcrest.
And speaking of high school football, folks, we had to.
After the first quarter.
We want to send a silent prayer to a player in Gilchrist, Tennessee, number 11, Mitch McClendon. His team played division last night, and he got severely hurt. So he's having surgery this morning. And according to his mother, they need prayers right now. He got hit pretty bad Friday night. Him and another player.
Was that the game? Was that the game I saw on Twitter this morning against another team out of Arkansas?
It was a high school football game. Yes.
That's what I thought, because I remember seeing something about a local team playing against a team making the trek down here from Arkansas, and it was a high-scoring affair last night, from what I've heard.
Yeah.
I saw on Twitter.
Yeah, both him and the opposing player both got seriously injured.
Good boy. Well, football is...
So he went, according to his mother, he went into surgery this morning. Now, according to a personal... according to a friend of mine, she...
4 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
We have no further update on how he's doing yet.
Yeah. And according to a friend of mine who knows the McClendons well, because her kids grew up with this woman's kids. This woman's eldest son, Zach, graduated with her eldest daughter, while her youngest son, Mitch, who happens just to be a sophomore in high school, is in the same grade as her daughter. And that's how I found out. Wow. She knew the McClendons personally. They both these mothers have watched their own kids grow up with each other.
Mm-hmm. That's how it usually goes.
Yeah. So, Michael McClendon, if you're listening, you getting your prayers from the Great Iron Power Hour. But this is prayers up to you, little man. You keep your head up. You keep you get better. You get well. You train your heart out, and you go back and do you. Do what you do. Do you. Do you hear me?
Big time ups for that kid. Now, let's see. What was it? Last week or last Tuesday, we finally got the release of the NWFL league-wide schedule.
It was actually last week on last Friday night. Sent to me through Messenger from Sean Smith, owner of the NWFL. Heads up to him. And according to him, there was a glitch with the website launching from last week. Why the website didn't launch? Because there was a major glitch in it. And he's trying to launch it tonight, so they make sure that the glitches are gone. And folks, folks here in Tennessee, you're looking at the only team in Tennessee who is signed with this league. The only team. For now. Anyway. And you'll be able to join us next week when I ask this man a lot of questions and more. But I don't want to give it away.
We definitely got a lot to talk about on how this league came about, how the schedule, and what he's looking for is the future of this league.
Yes. Yes.
But let's...
And also from the WFA side of you, everybody, you might not know this, but Sam Gordon, ladies and gentlemen, the 17-year-old high school football phenom who's been running the field, kicking ass and taking names since she was a little tyke. She is championing her hometown state of Idaho to actually set up a girls-only football team. Her father, and her brothers, they were trying to get something started for the girls in their hometown to do a girls-only football team.
Nice.
So Sam's attorney says that the school systems had kind of dropped the ball on this one. They said that they give them the same options they did with Title IX, but one of those options is they did not give them their own locker room. They have forced them to change into the same locker room as their male teammates.
Yeah.
No, that's the last thing they need that's the last thing anybody needs. It will be a sexual assault lawsuit waiting to happen to top of that. No.
Or worse.
These kids are futures. We need to set an example. We need to actually have things be made right for these kids, especially these girls. You got girls these days who want to go on the field, put on a padded helmet, and take somebody else. They don't want to play it safe. They want to be treated like one of the guys without having to take the shower with the guys. Because everybody has to have their dignity, right? By by making them change their clothes in front of boys, that's going to lower their dignity.